So welcome Harmony with Nature members to February, and a very warm welcome to the new members that have joined us. So here we are in February, kicking it off with our Leo full moon. And for me, that feels like it's the end of a cycle. We've been in a transition period since the winter solstice, because on February the 17th, we have the Aquarius new moon solar eclipse, the big one, the one that's going to ignite the next 6 years of this cycle. Lots happening in February. Saturn and Neptune are in Aries. Aries being the sign of the go-getter, the beginning of the zodiac sign. So really quite a powerful process to have Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries, because it's all about illusion and reality, and what's really illusion and what's reality. And for many of us, we've been kind of living within an illusion, and this year I feel that that's going to start breaking down, and we're going to start seeing the reality of what's really happening out there, which can be incredibly scary but also incredibly empowering. The Aquarius new moon solar eclipse also kicks off the Chinese year of the fire horse. I'm sure you've heard a little bit about that already, but the last time the fire horse was in 1966. And if you look back in history, you will see that 1966 was a year of upheaval and unrest, a lot of civil unrest, unrest around wars, and also people standing up for what they believe, and a lot of change and social change. And I think we're going to be seeing that a lot in this year as well. Obviously, the horse is all around power, and in the animal symbology is all about taking on individual power, and focusing on that strength, and also having a loyalty and a sense of tenacity. A horse can go for miles and miles and miles. It knows how to walk, trot, gallop. So it's knowing when to use your energy, how to use your energy. But if it's under the fire influence, it's not burning out, knowing how to use your energy and being in discernment. So without further ado, let's kick off and see what this shamanic forecast for this month has in store for us, to give us some guidance on how we're going to navigate some of the turbulences that might be coming up this month. And I'm getting a 4. So let's see what the theme of the month is this month. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaustion. I think this is a really important card because it's going to be very easy to fall into exhaustion this month if you overthink things or get too caught up in what's happening in the external world. And for many years, I've been helping and supporting people to really find their inner peace and a harmony, to reconnect back to nature, to remember our roots in Mother Earth, and to find a deep sense of trust in order to navigate whatever the chaos is going on externally. Because when we get caught up in that chaos, when we get caught up in the external world where we have no control over, our minds can start really triggering a lot of fear and anxiety, which can really be quite exhausting. And especially if it starts falling into depression, that also leads to exhaustion. And this isn't just physical exhaustion. This is like mental exhaustion, emotional exhaustion, and conscious exhaustion, spiritual exhaustion. And so it's really going to be important how you manage your energy levels this month. So this month we'll really be focusing on how to best manage your energy levels, negotiate any really exhausting situations that might be coming up so that you don't drain all of your batteries, and how to reconnect back to nature when you're needing to feel a big boost of energy in a moment. Because it's very easy to plug into the motherboard, plug into Mother Earth when you're needing a big shot of energy, rather than going to external things like coffee, which can give you that initial burst of energy, but then it can also leave you also quite depleted because it increases cortisol. And if you have an excess of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, then it's just going to ignite that. So how to manage our energy this month, and a guidance card for that to start off with. 1, 2, 3, Four is totality, which is the perfect card, because totality reminds us to trust. Surrender, trust, allow, receive, for me, is embodied by the totality card. And that is because as the past lets go of you, the future is going to hold on to you, but you don't know what that future is. You might have no idea what's coming next. And it's about learning to stay in the present. So finding mindfulness tools, finding ways of when you're feeling a wave of stress or anxiety or fear come through you, finding a moment, having some tools and tips to manage that stress and anxiety, to come back to the present moment. When I went through a very, very difficult time when I went bankrupt, and I would feel waves of panic coming through me, like I just didn't know what was going to happen next. I just took a moment and I said, okay, right in this moment, am I okay in this present moment? Do I have people that love me? Do I have food to eat this evening? Do I have somewhere to sleep? Am I okay in this moment? And always the answer was yes. And so it really helped to calm the mind down, because the mind could then hook onto what's happening right now in this moment. It's a really useful tool if you suddenly get a wave of panic or stress or worry coming through you. And that's what the totality card means. According to Osho, this is also the card of enlightenment, because if we can live in the present moment, just live in the present moment, the future is going to just take care of itself. There is nothing you can do to make the future any different than it's going to be. And the past has gone. The choices that you've made in the past is what creating that future. So all you can do now is let go of what you've done in the past, to be in the now, and let the future take care of itself. That can really help to manage the mental distractions, and also help to also manage some of the exhaustion. So let's pick another guidance card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Possibilities. And this is a very interesting card, again, very well connected to the totality card, because a lot of the reason why we can feel stressed and anxious is because our minds are always defaulted to negative. Our amygdala, which is the ancient part of our brain, has an automatic protection gauge to it, and so it's constantly looking for dangers, constantly trying to protect you from dangers. Now, in the past, those dangers were very physical. It could be an animal, it could be lack of water, lack of food. But in this complex society that we're living in now, the possibilities of something bad going wrong, or something going wrong, is endless. It's just there's just infinite amount of possibilities right now in the society and in the world that we live in. And so it's the possibilities that are creating some of the stress and anxiety and maybe exhaustion. And so I really urge you to come back to that totality in the now, because anything can happen and life is wondrously magical. So if you can retrain your brain to, if it starts really coming, negatively, and really hooking onto all the negatives, kind of coming back to yourself and finding some of those positive things that could happen. I mean, amazing things could happen. You just don't know. So it's kind of retraining your mind to focus on more positive things, the love in your life, the blessings in your life, the things you've achieved, things that make you feel good, that make you feel that you've achieved something, that you can get through this dark period, or any challenging periods, in order to see the sunrise again. And this is really what this card is depicting, is the eagle having a bird's eye view. And our brains can very often be very limited and very small lensed, so only seeing from a very small perspective. And I suggest this month to really widen your perspective, to really open yourself up to receiving the people that you need in your life to make things different, or the possibilities, and really coming into that attitude of gratitude every day can really help to open up those possibilities and reduce some of that worry and that stress. So let's pick a lesson that we're needing to learn card. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the creator, which is a beautiful card to have as a lesson to learn this month. We are creating on some level where we're going and what's happening in our lives, and it's depicted by self-worth. It's depicted by that ball of energy in our solar plexus, which governs our self-worth and what we deserve. And so if you're constantly worrying about money or what's going to happen or war or whatever, anything that's external, that's what you're always going to see around you. If you can shift your mindset to a more positive outcome, a more positive possibilities, to really know that you deserve it, that you're focused on it. And that's why I suggest to people to have goals or to have destinations, because when we're hooked onto a destination, when we know where we're going, where our ship is going, it doesn't matter what's going on out there. We can become very focused on where we need to be going, and that is really, really important when the whole when it feels like the ocean is in turbulence. And when we can focus on what we want to manifest and really get clear where we want to go, then we can start really putting out there like who we want to join us, the kind of things, people that we want to come into our lives, the kind of things that we want to happen. And that's a very powerful reminder that we are co-creators. You can only put out your energy. You can't make things happen on a certain level. What you can do is send out your energy like a spider bot does. Like, for example, with Google, you put in the search engine what you want, and the clearer you know what you want, the more accurate the results come in. It works the same way. We send out our energy, what we need, 100% from this place, from the solar plexus, from the gut instinct, from the knowing who we are, that animal instinct that's connected to everything, not from up here, but from down in the gut. And when we come from that gut space, from that instinct space, when we really know it, then the universe responds, because there is a magnetic energy. This is a magnetic dimensional space here that we're living on Earth. So just try it out this month. Give it a go. Start really dropping into that gut, that instinct, because also that's where the worry is. So it's almost like you have to overcome or rise beyond that worry and that stress, coming into the possibilities, coming into the present moment. And what do you want to manifest? What are you sending out from your solar plexus, from that gut energy, from that instinctual animalistic energy that connects with everything, and see what might be coming back this month. And this makes it an exciting month. It means things aren't happening to you. You're not a victim. You are also a co-creator. And this card reminds us that this is a lesson that we need to be learning this month, is how to co-create. And the final card, the moving forward card, is 1, 2, 3, 4, projections, which is a beautiful card, because this is a card that reminds us to know who we are and be ourselves. And what we're doing, what we're seeing around, is a lot of projecting. Like we're all projecting onto each other. So we're projecting onto people what we want to see. We're not really seeing the person behind the mask. And also we're also putting on that mask and not allowing people to see us behind our own masks. And so I really urge you this month also to take that mask off if you're wearing a mask, because it is exhausting to be wearing a mask. It is exhausting to not owning who you are, embracing who you are, and being who you are. It's incredibly liberating to take that mask off, to take the shroud off, to take the invisibility cloak off, and stand up and be who you are. But it's frightening, because it means that you have to maybe let go of anything or anyone that's not seeing you as you are. And also, this month you might also be seeing other people around you that who you thought were who they are, and they aren't really. So you're also seeing beyond the masks. So just being aware this month, as you move forward during the month, where projections is happening for you, where people might be projecting onto you and not seeing you for who you really are, and how maybe you're projecting onto others. And maybe in this month, having the courage to just take off that mask, be a co-creator with the universe. See and be open to all the possibilities that can happen this month, especially as we are going through a solar eclipse. A lot of things happening. We also have Saturn and Neptune in Aries, which is breaking down the illusions. And that's going to be massive as well. We're going to see really a big shift in reality versus illusion. I've been talking about that a lot. It's really time for us to go really beyond what we think is happening in the in the three-dimensional dimensions, and going into a much more a clearer understanding of what reality is, what's really happening. This is like a simulation, what's happening here on planet Earth, and there is serious things happening behind the simulation. And this year is going to be really breaking down that simulation. So using projections can really help you to manage what's illusion and what's reality. And by taking off your own mask and being who you really are and standing in your truth, you'll be able to see the projections much more clearly. And the final card, and the one that's underneath, which is the unconscious card, and that's guiding us this month, is change. And I'm telling you, change is coming. I'm feeling it. I'm in Ecuador right now. I've been here working with ritual cacao, and being so far away from Europe, it's been really amazing. And changes, and I'm feeling it here. I'm feeling it in every cell of my body. Change is coming. So be prepared for change. And the way to be most prepared for change is to be very, very clear and grounded in yourself, because change is always happening. The only thing that's permanent is change. But if it's change that we don't have control over, it can be incredibly frightening, which means that the exhaustion can kick off. So really being focused on who you are, standing in your truth, getting clear where you want to what you want to achieve this month, just month by month, getting clear what your priorities are this month, and really focusing on step by step, being in the present moment, and just opening up to the possibilities that this month could be really, really magical, regardless of whatever change is coming. So with that shamanic forecast, I think we have a lot of tips and potential tools for what's coming next. It's going to be a big month. Please do join me on the Aquarius solar eclipse. The Aquarius solar eclipse, the new moon, is going to be massive. And also, if you are needing a deep dive, I've got my 14th of February cacao ceremony, a Loving Yourself cacao ceremony, but a really good opportunity to dive deep into your heart, to really hear the wisdom of your heart and get yourself really focused, and also to help charge and ignite the batteries so that you've got enough energy to focus through for the rest of the month. Hopefully see you online soon. Wishing you all a illuminating and enlightening and very peaceful and harmonious February. Remember to go with more love, less fear, and keep shining bright, because the world definitely more than ever needs your light. See you next month.